Right, guys. The last video I was talking about doing an object with movement and rotation. On reflection of that, that's an awful idea. Because the way we've done the movement and the way we've done the rotation, the movement will take over. You won't actually ever get the full rotation. And if we were to add in changing different speeds, there's no mathematical way of doing it that way. And after talking to a few people, you probably won't want to do it anyway. It doesn't make any sense. So you could do it if you wanted to. You could just add both scripts to one object and it'd work like that. That would work. I was going to do it in one script, but there's not a lot of sense in it. So what I'm going to do, just going to talk through something that's a little bit more relevant. We're going to essentially do 3 scripts in this tutorial, but we're cheating a little bit. We're doing one trigger script, so essentially just, right, the trigger does this. It's very simple. It just stores a boolean. And then I am going to get the movement script and the rotation scripts that we've already done. We're going to make new scripts. We're going to copy them into there, and we're going to make sure they only work when we press the trigger. It's a very quick check, to be honest. So that's what we're going to do. I've made a trigger in the loosest possible terms for it. I've just done, you can see here, I've got 3 boxes for the sides, which I've just put that texture on it. I've got the big button in the middle, which is the ball texture. And then I've got 2 points here. Actually, I'm just going to name them points, to be honest, because what I want to do is I want to make it obvious that when you press the button moves, which is done in the same way we've just done the last few tutorials by moving it down. But we're only going to do it once. Yeah, I'll show you how that works. So yeah, you can do that if you want. You may have something better that you want to use. You may have something a little bit different that you want to use. So I didn't want to talk through how to put 5 boxes together and 2 points. There's not really a lot of need for it. The only main thing to watch out for is make sure the button is tagged as a trigger. This is how we start it essentially. So yeah, that's what we're doing. We're triggering this. So to start with, let's add a tag. We've got a couple of tags in already. So I'm going to add a trigger tag. I'm going to add this to the button because that's the thing we're actually touching and that's the thing that's moving around and stuff. So yeah, let's position this somewhere where I'm actually going to run into it. So let's put it over here. Why not? Right next to this little path. So we've got a trigger. Let's set up a script for it. So we're going to be a bit all over the shop here. We're going to be in the ball controller, we're going to be in the trigger script, and we're going to make 2 other scripts on top of that. So very quickly, very easily, let's add a new C# script, and we're just going to call this trigger button. You got to be careful when naming scripts that you don't name it something that already exists. Certain trigger relative kind of stuff is already in Unity. You will know this from you using the trigger stuff, such as on trigger enter. So be careful of that. We're going to add to this a public bool, and this is going to be we're just going to put trigger activated. So either it's true or it's false. It's as simple as that. I am probably going to set trigger activated, let's find it, in the start to equal false. As you can see by the fact that pops up, that's working. That's all we need to do. All we're storing is a bit of information to say, right, when this is done, this is my trigger. Store whether or not the trigger's activated or not, because what we'll get there is we'll actually get the trigger to reference to other places and change things in certain ways. So right, what we're going to do, I'm going to show you how to change that from a different script. Let's go into the ball controller. The ball controller, it's getting quite big for starters. We understand that we've got this collider situation here for on trigger enters. We're just going to add to this. So just for the ease of it, I'm just going to copy this top one here, put it down here, remove that line, I don't need that. So we're looking for the tag trigger. I think that's what I called it. Let's just double check. Where is it here? Yep, just call it trigger. So there we go. And And then what we're going to do is we're going to go to other dot get component. In here, we're going to look for trigger button. Dot. What did I call it? Trigger activated. Oh, I'm doing it all wrong here. Trigger button. So we're looking for. No, I'm doing it all wrong. Trigger. There we go. That's what I'm looking for. Trigger activated. If other dot thing trigger activated equals true. Right. Let's see if there's an issue with that. That should be fine. There we go. Right. Sorry about that. I got my brackets in the wrong place, but it's all working now. So what this is saying is, if the ball collides with the trigger, set the trigger activated, which is something we've just set in here, the only thing we've set in here, to be true, right? So nice and simple, that should work. So what we're going to do to test this is I'm going to make sure if I go and I attach this, come on, I attach this to that, we can see now that that's got trigger activated. We've got it in here, it's false. I click play, I roll over to this very carefully. Look, there we go. Let's pause it here. Right, trigger activated. The ball's run over it, therefore the trigger has been activated. That's what we're looking for to start with. Nice and simple, works. What I'm going to do, rather than do one massive long video, I'm going to leave this here and kind of say, right, we've got the trigger button working. The next video will talk you through how to bring this script here and reference this variable in movement scripts. If I don't stop it here, it's going to be like an 18-minute video. So I would prefer to stop it on like 7 minutes or whatever it is, and then we can work there. But very simply, very easily, we've set up a trigger that references when the ball's touched it and changes whether the trigger's been activated or not. It's as easy as that. But yeah, cheers for listening, and I'll be back in next video with how to make this functional now.